Hello there, Gemini. How are you today? Welcome to your weekly reading for the week of June 16th through the 22nd. Welcome, welcome. I hope that June is going well for you and you're safe and healthy. All right, let's get started with your cards here. First card, avoid drama. Yes, always avoid drama. I think that applies to everybody. Next, watch for signs. Yes, signs are always around us. We're just not aware of them. We don't pay attention. Pay attention to that around you. Okay, Gemini. Next, abundance. Yay, that's a great card. Next, embrace uncertainty. Okay, here we go. Gemini with your tarot cards. Let's get started here. All right, so shuffle. Okay, here we go. Gemini, first card, you've got your Two of Pentacles, King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Page of Wands, the Devil, Five of Wands, whoops, Page of Pentacles. A lot of pentacles this time for you. Wands as well. And Three of Wands, Queen of Wands, Four of Wands, the Magician. I love the Magician card. Great. Page of Swords. Okay, bottom of the deck, Three of Pentacles. So this week is going to be very collaborative for you. All right, very collaborative for you. And you just have to, like I said, you know, looking at this, make sure you're avoiding any kind of drama or self-sabotage, right? There's abundance coming your way. Why? Because you work very diligently, Gemini, and you have your eyes focused, your head's focused onto a goal, and you are working very diligently. You're going to be celebrating here soon. You've got a lot of power in you. You may be receiving some information. Information that is very, very important to you that you've been waiting for. All right, so let me shuffle this. This is your other deck, but let's get started with the first column here. Two of Pentacles. This is your overall energy here. You're having to make some decisions about your, you know, your home, your job, right? Your money, your finances, and here you're trying to juggle. Right? You're trying to balance things out, but you're going to have to make a decision about something here, and perhaps that's why you need this information that you're waiting for. The King of Swords is all about logic, right? You're thinking things through, Gemini. This is this is you in your head, very intelligent, very strategic. Maybe you're having to strategize your approach to money, your finances, your investments, right? And if this is a relationship issue, maybe this can be a little bit tough in a relationship, like a love situation, because the King of Swords is his head is above his heart. He's not the most emotional person. He's a little bit too direct sometimes and just kind of says exactly what he says without thinking that maybe he might be hurting somebody. So Gemini, be aware of that. If you have that tendency to just speak your mind, you know, just be aware that other people don't get you. Don't see that, like, why would he say that? That's so hurtful. But yeah, you're a very sharp, very astute type of person, and you are working very hard towards a certain goal here. All right, your challenge column here, yeah, you've got some new opportunities that are headed your way. Just don't get distracted, right? Stay the course, right? Keep working at what you're currently working at. Keep your head down. Really perfect what it is that's coming, that you're working on. Just don't let these new ideas, they may be fleeting. Just be aware of that. And you know, with the Three of Pentacles here, you have a specific skill that somebody wants, right? And that's you've honed it, you're perfecting it, and people want that. Now here with the Page of Wands, sometimes you can get distracted because, you know, Gemini, right? You are you know, you can tend to get distracted by other things. Look, shiny things. And so you don't want to get yourself in that situation where you take your focus out of your away from your goal. Now the Devil here, the Devil is about self-sabotage. This is our shadow self. This is the things, doing things that, you know, are not necessarily healthy for us. And that can be in the form of negative thinking, you know, saying, you know, nasty things to people, or nasty, you know, being very quick to judge, right? Sometimes you, if you have the tendency to find the negative in things, for example, really quickly, you know, you kind of, instead of seeing things, finding the positive, you can be a pessimist. So just be aware of that, you know, be aware of negative self-talk, self-sabotage, addictions, bad behavior. Yeah, so just be aware of that this week. Next, you've got some drama and conflict, right, that's around you, and I, you know, I caution you, don't participate in it, because it's not even really all that important, right? This is just conflict. This is different energy. This is, you know, people competing, some rivalry around you, but that's not important. You don't need to participate in that. Stay the course. Keep your head down and sharpen and hone your skills. Page of Pentacles here in the messages from your higher self is telling you you've got new opportunities for stability, right? New contract, maybe new opportunities. If you're in a business situation, you may be receiving, you know, a phone call, right? A message from people who want your skills, right? Because you're so good at something and you're so sharp at it that you may be receiving an opportunity to, you know, really widen your business, if this is a business reading for you. Now, if it's a relationship, again, this is an opportunity for stability in your relationship. Just be aware of that. You're ready to take your business, your relationship, your current situation, you're ready to expand. You're ready to take that next step, because you are so masterful at what you're doing. You're ready to grow. You're ready to take that next step. In a relationship situation, you're ready to take that next step. Somebody. And look, you've got your 3 of Wands, now you've got your 4 of Wands, and this is celebration, marriage, proposals, things like that. Basically just creating more stability in your current situation, your relationship. Queen of Wands energy, this is the energy of someone who really owns herself or himself, like they know who they are, and they're very masterful. They're very they're master manifestors, for example, right? And you've got the Magician card here that really strengthens the fact that you're able to manifest whatever you want, Gemini. You know, you have all of the tools within you to create the world that you want, right? You're working so diligently so that you can create that promise, that future that you want. Know that you can do this. You have abundance headed your way. Look at that. All of this hard work that you're putting in, right? You are manifesting that abundance. Watch for the signs that the universe has for you to tell you which way to go, because you have so many great opportunities coming your way, Gemini. It's amazing. Amazing. Just really avoid the drama that comes around you, right? Sometimes people may not necessarily agree with how you're doing something, but just know, have the confidence to stand up for what you know. All right, in the column here for your blessings, your outcomes, your manifestation, yeah, you've got your 4 of Wands here. This is all about stability, independence, freedom. Again, if this is a relationship reading for you, this can talk about anniversaries, marriage, proposals, you know, some monumental thing to celebrate. Yeah, so you are working so hard, you're going to be celebrating here in the near future. You see that? You're headed that way in this corner. Good things coming around. Magician tells me, just like I said, that you really have it within you to create the abundance, to create the life, to create the situation that you want. And look how he's pointing towards the abundance card, right? I didn't even realize I did that. But yeah, pointing towards abundance. You've got it within you. You just have to work at it. Yeah, keep working at it. You're a very hard worker. Okay, Page of Swords. Yeah, you're going to receive some sort of information, perhaps an offering for your skills that you have, a new contract. This is also a messenger. You know, you may be sending a message or may be receiving a message, right? Someone is looking very hard at your work, looking at your work and saying, man, that guy's amazing, or that lady's amazing at what they do. They have skill. And someone's watching you, okay? Watch for the signs. Watch for the signs. Okay, let's clarify these cards. I've already shuffled these. All right, what else can you tell us about Gemini's week, the week of the 16th through the 22nd? First card that flew out, Two of Wands. This is all about planning. The twos here, you've got Two of Pentacles, and then you've got the Two of Wands. The number 2 can be very important for you. Pay attention to that. All right, Two of Wands, again, you're planning, you're strategizing, and you're ready to expand. You just have to, realize that, you can plan and strategize and create the future that you want because you're the magician. You're powerful. Ace of Cups, this is new opportunities, new love opportunities perhaps, or new opportunities to really spill yourself into something that is very heartfelt, something that's close to your heart, taking on a new opportunity or endeavor that's just going to fill your heart and, just kind of make you feel good. Okay. Next, you've got Queen of Wands, again, in the same row. This is you owning it. Yeah. Knowing your worth, right? Knowing your worth. Don't settle for just any contract. Know your worth. You're amazing. Again, Four of Wands. There's something here about 4, multiples of 2, right? 4 of Wands, again, about stability. Here in this card, these are 2 people that are celebrating a graduation. So essentially what you're being told here, there's something monumental in your current situation that's worth celebrating, that you're going to be celebrating here in the near future. All right, let's clarify the Page of Wands for Gemini. Page of Wands for Gemini for the week of 16 through 22. 3 of Wands. Yeah, confirmation again. You're ready to take that step. Don't hold yourself back by doing things that are self-sabotaging. 8 of Swords. One of the things that you are kind of causing harm to yourself is this idea, this victimhood idea, this feeling that you're stuck, that you can't get out of a situation, but you can, right? You're not stuck. And that, again, is negative self-talk, negative thinking that's going to keep you from expanding. Look at this. You've got 3 here, 3 here. You're ready to move. You're ready to expand. But you can't stay in this mindset here. It's only going to harm you. 8 of Wands. This is all focused energy. Focused energy, and when it comes to your goals, whatever that may be, it's focused energy, it's fast energy. But again, you may be receiving a message that you've been waiting for. 7 of Wands is about you standing up for what you believe in, because you're having to defend things that other people may want, right? Because sometimes when you are as diligent as you are, Gemini, at working hard towards something, it becomes very fruitful, and people start to see that, and so they start going after you, right? Because they want what you have. They see the skills that you have. They see that you're masterful, that you really put your heart and soul into something, and they want it. So just be aware that you're going to have to stand up for yourself, or maybe even defend yourself. So just be aware. All right. Why did I shuffle that? Something told me to shuffle that again, but doesn't matter. Still, you got the message of 7 of Wands of defending yourself. All right, here we go again. Page of Pentacles. Ooh, Tower moment. Wow, something is going to cause a shakeup in your life, in your situation this week. Yeah, be aware of that. The Tower is actually a good card because it kind of shows you something, right? So this may be, if you're in a partnership, you may realize that somebody is not necessarily, being truthful with you, and it just kind of crumbles your belief system, your situation. And remember the 7 of cards that I just pulled that was at the bottom of the deck, that again, you're having to defend yourself, and this is related to your Tower moment. You're having a shakeup in your life. You're realizing something is coming to you, and the truth is coming to you, and it's really tearing things down. And that's okay, because the card after this is the Star card, which is hope and healing. Death card, yeah. Death card after the Tower card here on the column of the messages from your higher self. This is you transforming after this Tower moment. Something has shaken your world up, and it has forced you to really get inside yourself, within your spirit, your higher self, find the answers so that you can transform, right? There is drama that's coming your way, but it's okay. You know, just show up as your highest self. Know that, you know, make it work for you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you can have shakeups, your world can turn upside down, but try to make sure that you show up as your highest self and know that there is a purpose and that you're smart enough to see that, you know, it's all going to work out for you. Make sure that you are watching for the signs, right? Be in tune with your inner voice, your inner self. Embrace the uncertainty, right? Because right now you're having a tower moment and you're forced to transform, but you're afraid. Don't be afraid of that uncertainty. Let yourself make the transformation, because look what you have. This is an opportunity for a new beginning for you that's going to bring you lots of stability. Okay, bottom of the deck, you've got justice. Yeah, don't fight these people. Karma is at play. Be assured that karma always is at play and there will be balance. So if someone has done you wrong here and it's really torn down your world, know that consequence, justice is around the corner. And whoever has done you wrong, don't chase after it, right? Don't chase after them. Let karma be at play. I know you want to, but don't, because you're just going to harm yourself. Don't do things that can harm you. Oh, that was Strength card. Look at that. 3 cards popped out. The Fool, new beginnings, right? 9 of Cups, your wishes, your wish fulfillment. Look at that. Look at these ones, these cards that just popped out. And Strength. Yeah, you're going to need a lot of strength for this tower moment, right? But know that with this this tower moment, this big shakeup that's going on in your life, know that you have new beginnings, and that this is actually something that's going to be very good for you, that's going to complete you and give you a lot of satisfaction. I'm going to move these cards up here so we don't forget them. All right, let's clarify here the 4 of Wands. 3 of Swords, yeah, heartache. You know, this tower moment, this transformation moment, that's going to give you a little bit of a heartbreak. And this card also tells you that you need to evolve from this. Whatever heartache you are going through, something that has upset you, something that has disappointed you so deeply, know that you cannot stay in this state. You need to learn from it, find the wisdom, and move on from it, and be the better person. Evolve spiritually. Next card, the Magician. You've got the Chariot. Yeah, this is happening very, very quickly for you, and it's not anything you can stop, this tower moment, right? But know that you are the Magician, and you have the power, you have the resources within you to transform and lead to abundance and all of your wishes, new beginnings. Just draw on your strength, your inner strength. All right, let's clarify the Page of Swords here. Yeah, the Lovers, you have a new opportunity for commitment. Now, again, if this is a love reading for you, this is about you committing to someone else, right? To a new person, perhaps in the future, because this is kind of like, you know, the things that are coming to you, you know, in a short span of time. Yeah, the Lovers. This could be a partnership. This could be new true love, soulmate type situation. Yeah, just be aware that that's around the corner. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're really building something for the future here, right? By you working so diligently and really mastering your skills, you're laying down the foundation for a better, more secure future. So whatever you're doing to really sharpen your skills, keep going, okay? All right, let's get to some animal spirit cards here. Animal spirit cards for Gemini for the week of June 16th to the 22nd. Here we go. Vulture Spirit, nothing is wasted. Yeah, so sometimes you go through a tower moment, a big shakeup, something that flips your world upside down. You think, oh my God, I wasted so much time at that company, or I wasted so much time with that person. Know that nothing is wasted, right? Find the wisdom that's there for you. There's always wisdom to be had, right? Find the benefits or some lesson that you're supposed to learn. Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. And again, that speaks, the cards just flew out here. That speaks to this mastery of skills. So yeah, slow and steady wins the race. You know, you didn't get to where you are because you're hasty, because you don't care about the fine details. You got there because you worked. You kept your head down and you worked. I'm going to put that there since there's no room over there on the other side. Next card here, Eagle, Spirit. Spirit has your back. Spirit always has your back. I think sometimes when we get into these situations that are so emotional and so destructive to our heart, our world, sometimes we think we've been forgotten by the divine, and you have not. The divine loves you. The divine wants the best for you. You just have to keep your heart and your mind open. Look for the signs. Dragonfly spirit, truth transcends illusion, right? So you are finding the truth, and this is why you're having your tower moment, right? You found out the truth, and now you know, you're having your tower moment. You're transforming. Next is dolphin spirit. This and that are true. So whatever information you have found, yeah, it's true. But this can also mean that, you know, whatever you know, if you're into, you know, like kind of negative self-talk or how you're speaking to yourself, because you're really obviously going through a challenge here. If you say you can, then you're right, you can. If you say you cannot, you cannot. So change your way of thinking. Make sure you're always vibrating at a high frequency. Okay, Gemini, next card here, Bobcat spirit. Life is a mystery. Embrace the uncertainty that life has to offer, because there is so much abundance coming your way. Make sure you are watching for the signs and that you are avoiding any drama that's keeping you from transforming and laying down the future of that you want, the stability that you want. Okay, Gemini, thank you so much for being here. Have a great week. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Bye-bye.